I know that he played before your time, but what are your memories of Gayle Sayers as a dynamite kick return and running back in the NFL?
Well, I think he was one of the first players that I heard my dad utter his nickname, and his nickname was the Kansas Comet. And when you're a little kid and you hear that, you know that a comet streaks through the sky, and you're going, where is Kansas?
Yeah.
You knew that was where the Wizard of Oz was. So here's a player that was kind of like a mythical figure, and he played that way on the football field. And he was such a great gentleman off the field. And when I first got to Green Bay, there was a beer company that had hired him as their spokesperson, and it was for Stroh's beer. And he had this tagline, "I got to get my Stroh's," and it showed him like running down the street. And so, you know, he was a wonderful player, great man, and you know, just somebody that I knew of it from a very early age and had the opportunity to get to know a little bit as a fellow Hall of Famer.
Sometimes when you see footage from the 60s and look at Hall of Famers, there's a great deal of respect that you have for them, but you wonder if they would be able to be that great in today's NFL where size and speed is at such a different level. I've always felt like Gayle Sayers would have been great no matter what generation he played in. Had he played today, he would have been a Hall of Famer as well, and maybe even a better career because health would have been better with his ACL and his knee, which got torn up. And back then, that was kind of a death knell for your career. Do you think that Gayle would have been productive in today's NFL?
No, he would have been dominant. Think about him in the open space. Think about him in a Sean Payton offense. Think about him running some of the things that running backs are allowed to do now. And the fact that you can't lead with the helmet, you can't clothesline him as he's coming through the line of scrimmage. Yeah, the Kansas Comet would have been pretty good in 2020.
Adrian Peterson rips his ACL, comes back within the calendar year, and has one of his best seasons ever. You know, for Gayle Sayers, it was basically the end of his career as we knew it. He had a couple more seasons, but never as dynamic.